It's Ludum Dare time again. One theme, 48 hours and one game to make. This time the theme is Delay the Inevitable. For this theme I really had trouble transforming it into a gameplay mechanic. So I just thought about incorporating it into the story, and maybe later I can also combine it somehow with the gameplay. I thought about a story of the woman of your life, but someone else kidnaps her, curses you with a black hole and pushes you off the cliff. So something totally original that has not been done before. Totally original. Now the black hole also gets bigger the more you use it, and one day will also suck you in. And now with that little planning, I started to draw the character. First in a little composition so I can see how I can design the surroundings and also play around with the color scheme, and then I started drawing the different individual character sprites. After that I imported him into Unity, set up the animation and got to work on the movement script. Now making a 2D movement controller might seem easy, but there are actually quite a lot of different tricks that you have to implement to make the character feel responsive, and you just don't have that amount of time in Ludum Dare. So the character control doesn't feel perfect, but it's good enough. I mean, it would require endless tweaking of variables for it to feel perfect, but I don't have time for that. After I was somewhat happy with the movement, I also implemented the black hole. Also dust particles, because particle systems make every game better. I mean, those juicy game feels. Just look at it. And after I made it and can suck in those particles, I also made it suck in more stuff. Like those poor blocks here. You get this? Yeah, you little block, ha. Huh, you suck block. You suck. You can't even hold your ground on the ground. Then I also made an intro cutscene. I mean, it looks comically stupid, but the story is as well, so it perfectly fits. Also, this curse meter up there, it tells you how big the black hole is and how close you are to dying. After looking at this, you can also look at this flower here. I also made it previously and just used it so you can repair your black hole. Does it make sense? No. Was it fast to implement? Yes. So I'm using it. Now the first day was already nearing its end and I basically didn't do much at all yet. I played around with making levels a bit, but decided I was just too tired already, so I went to sleep. Now the next day has started and I mainly spent it on making levels. I opted to make one continuous big level, so when you fall down you have to climb back up as a punishment, kind of like Getting Over It or Jump King. Now this is fine for those games, but the problem in my game is that you can actually die. For example, when you use your black hole too much. So for that I also had to add checkpoints, so when you die you don't have to start all the way from the beginning, which also made the black hole meter redundant in itself, because if it is running low you can just reset to your last checkpoint, and when you fall down you can also just reset to your last checkpoint. One last thing that I added that did make sense were the hanging blocks. It's quite challenging to stand on them and I think that's really fun. Then I also added a final cutscene to the game where you meet your woman again, added some tutorial text, made a main menu and called my game done. Now in retrospect I realized my game had many conflicting mechanics like the checkpoints and the curse meter, which made the game not that great. Now I'm still happy with it how it turned out, because in Ludum Dare you just basically don't have that amount of time to plan those things out and come up with a solution to those. If you do, then you don't actually have time to make the game. So that's why I'm still happy how it turned out. I learned a bunch of new stuff about Unity and got some new experience on making pixel art. Now as the last thing in this video I want to show you a complete playthrough of the game. I also provide the links to the game and the Ludum Dare page if you want to check it out yourself. Now with all of that, thanks for watching.